Anal Lovers 8-pack, books 65 to 72. First time anal virgin age gap rough sex erotica collection. Written by Kimmy Welsh. Narrated by Talula Rouge.
Jumping in his bubble bath and landing ass first on his length. Anal Lovers 65. James Cartwright can't believe the cost of energy these days. Things have gotten so bad that he started limiting his tenant and roommate Georgia to 1 bath a week in an attempt to lower his bills, but it hasn't gone down well. "One?" cried Georgia as she sat on the couch watching television. "How the hell am I supposed to get through all my bath bombs on just 1 bath a week?"
"I don't get what's wrong with showers,"
shrugged James. "Mr. Cartwright, showers are for old people," Georgia asserted. "Baths are relaxing, calming, spiritual."
"And here I thought you just sat in hot water until you got bored."
"Ugh," groaned Georgia. "You need to learn how to chill out."
"So you keep telling me,"
sighed James.
"You try chilling out when you've got bills to pay."
"I pay bills," protested Georgia.
"You pay 1 bill to me, and I can tell you it isn't enough anymore."
"Always so serious," said Georgia, clicking her tongue.
"You can't be 19 forever."
James poked a finger at her and affected a spooky voice.
"Time will get us all."
Georgia swiped at his hand and tried her hardest not to smile. It broke through despite her efforts.
"There she is,"
teased James. "Quit it."
"Seriously though, G, can you just do 1 a week, please, for me?"
"If I must." After the conversation, George's words percolated in James' craw for the rest of the day. He did need to learn to relax, and with his stress levels high, that skill seemed more important to master than ever. As Sunday whiled away, he tried to recall his youth and what it was he used to do to unwind. If he wasn't drinking, he was smoking, but he'd given both of those things up long ago. He thought back even further, to his childhood, and remembered the comforting warmth of a hot bath. Maybe Georgia knew more than he gave her credit for. With Georgia in her room, he set about drawing himself a bath. As the water filled the tub, he stirred it with his hand. It seemed somehow uninteresting. James sighed. He could already feel himself becoming bored by the notion of a bath, thinking that he should call his roommate and offer it to her. Instead, James poked through the various jars and bottles on the bathroom shelf, reading words like lavender and chamomile. He selected one at random and poured far too much of it into the water. Within seconds, foam had begun to erupt from the bath where the water hit it.
"Too much?"
guessed James, taking a step back as the foam covered the surface of the water completely. It grew and grew as the water filled the tub, and soon it was hard to tell exactly how far the bath was filled. James submerged his hand through the bubbles, feeling them tickle his arm before his finger breached the surface of the hot water. He gave it 5 more minutes as he undressed, closing the bathroom door and standing in front of the tub naked.
"Time to relax,"
he said, but as a precaution, he left his phone nearby. He sunk into the bath with an audible groan. The water was almost too hot to bear, but James adjusted, resting his head against the back of the tub eventually.
"Right,"
he said, and he closed his eyes. James' mind was instantly abuzz. It whirred with thoughts, ranging from his looming credit bill to his future. Silence was no tonic for James, and before long, he was reaching for his phone to drown out his worries. By this time, Georgia had caught wind of what was going on. She stood out in the hallway, incredulous at what was happening in the bathroom. She heard the unmistakable swill of water as James reached for his phone. "Are you having a bath in there?" she shouted. James froze. If his attempts to relax had been bad already, they were about to get worse.
"I just wanted to try it,"
he said, and on his phone he started to scroll. Sitting there naked and alone, there were only so many thoughts that could occupy
Sample complete. Ready to continue?